the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway on a Monday night. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. 11 MP, 11 MP paint, 11 MP paint.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Mixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Mixon with a first down carry, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The Bengals at 9-4 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Burrow on play action. This one into the hands of Pitts. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Here's Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Play action. It's Lawrence. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet Just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. Here's Lawrence to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Myers' kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there for Cincinnati. 58 yards. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Here we go.
So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
12. Stop.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. McPherson now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Lawrence. And connecting here with DJ Chark. Lawrence to Chark, 1st down, Jacksonville.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Third and 2, now Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
11 Thomas.
The quick throw by Burrow is complete, and he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. On 2nd and a couple, Burrow. And he slings one that's incomplete. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it out.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action with Burrow. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
11 MPs, hey! 11 MPs.
Now it's Burrow. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Mixon is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. And McPherson on for the extra point. And it's 21-3. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Lawrence on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
Right, Eddie.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Mixon. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first... And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 40 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Go.
Here's a run with Mixon, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Play action, it's Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds here. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Kyle Pitts there to make the grab as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. McPherson on for the point after. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. ETN up the middle, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Lawrence will throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Here we go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
11 empty. Stop.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now they go play action now. Burrow rolling to his left. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. Stop.
First down. Here's Burrow. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete.
Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Open man right side is Ingram. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lawrence. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. He'll run with Etienne, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Jaguars get a bit closer. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there on the catch and run. 76 yards. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Mixon trying to punch it in. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bengals get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 8 there on the 1st down play.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead,
Here we go.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Burrow looking to pass. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. In motion, the tight end. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Lawrence. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. He's got it with the 15. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. A handoff running left is Etienne. And he is going to lose yardage here. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. He's got it. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Bengals are going to get the football back.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now.
Here we go.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Burrow on play action. He will find his man Chase complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Lawrence. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point up and through by Myers as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
I'm one, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And it's looking all the more likely that a fifth straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand?
And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. And the Jags are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He completes it to Boyd. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 11. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And some room to work. Shreds him with a stiff arm. 85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Slot man moves right.
12.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the 4th quarter. And whether they got that bonus touchdown or not, it's been a pretty impressive performance.
And they did it with not much time left. But they took what little time was on the clock and used it well, didn't they? Put a real exclamation point on their win with that score.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time?
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here's Lawrence to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. This defense walks off the field. They can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense.